What is up, people? My name is Chase Reeves, and I do in-depth reviews of products. You should subscribe to my channel if you're into that sort of thing. And this product is sensational. It's very interesting. Lots of interesting things we could do with this bag. It is the 65-liter Travel Dufflepack. It actually expands from 45 to 65 liters. It is from PAKT Design, one of my favorite manufacturers of bags right now, and there is a ton of features in this thing. Okay, I'm gonna run you through all the features of this bag. I'm gonna show you all the doodads and the whipple snarfs, because there's a lot of them in this thing. PAKT never really disappoints in that way. But what is this bag really for? Let's just get grounded on this really quick. What this bag I think is excellent for is for a check-in bag, okay? One of my favorite ever check-in bags because it's huge capacity from 45 liters to 65 liters, awesome. And you've got backpack straps and hip straps that are literally stowable behind this magnetic panel, magnets. How do they work? What's important about that is when you're in, you know, some old area of Florence and there's the cobblestones and you've got your like, or you're going through the beach area of Brazil or something like that, and you don't want to get the sand all over your bag or whatever. Traveling with a backpack, even when it's not carry-on size, even if this is, you have to check it in, right? Traveling with a backpack carrying all this gear, I could fit my whole family's clothing in here. And then I'm just the daddy carrying the bag, the bag of everything. And it's backpacked, not a roller bag, which I actually find is easier to travel with. It makes me more capable of getting through whatever terrain I find. So that's one reason why I think it's one of the best check-in bags out there. Another reason is it's expandable. It goes from 45 liters, okay, to 65 liters using this, like these just simple little huge number 10 zippers over here. On either side, on this side and the other side, you have that expandability. So if you're bringing a lot or really a lot, this bag can handle it. I think that's kind of neat. You're bringing a lot, or maybe you're just bringing a little bit a lot. You know what I mean? It does it both. Anyways, the next point here is that it is really waterproof, weatherproof. All right, weatherproof, not waterproof. Waterproof means you can submerge it. You cannot submerge this because the zippers. Almost no bag is actually submergible. But the waterproofness or the weatherproofness of this thing is incredible. This material is made out of 100% recycled materials, very durable. There's padding sort of built into different places in the bag, especially the bottom. So from the weather and from just like throwing and hauling stuff around, whatever's inside is pretty well protected. So for check-in travel, I love it. For carry-on travel, I think if you, like, this is not filled in. This is not super packed out. I don't even have enough clothes to fill this thing up. I think for carry-on travel, you can get away with this on a lot of different airlines. I mean, don't let PAKT Designs know I'm telling you that, because there's always a chance that someone goes like, sorry, honey. But here's the deal. Because it's so soft on the outside, it's not a big, thick, hard rubber, like plastic case, it's very stuffable. Now, this is where my second favorite use of this bag is in actually car stuff, like car camping, car travel, anything like that. This is epic because you can just shove it into stuff, and then when you need to get things from the car to the Airbnb in Utah or something like that, it just goes on the back. And now you've got this, and then you grab, you know, the handful of other things like the Bihn Truck bag. I'll put a link in the description below. One of my favorite car carry, sort of like carry-on things. All right, so there's a ton of use cases for this bag. And it comes in right now at like 220 bucks. They just launched it. Not very expensive for what this thing is. You want to get into it? Let's get into it. All right, first let's talk about these stowable strap things. This is a magnetic panel, or it's a panel with some magnets here, okay? It has some rigid, sort of like almost like a rigid stiff piece behind it, but then padding also on the outside. Another place where your gear is protected, right? This feels very protective because there's a hard thing and then padding on the front. But what also is great about that is it makes it easy to pull this flap aside. These straps come over. You see this little like metal bit right here? This metal bit is where that strap hinges. They do the same sort of thing on their travel backpack, which if you don't know about their travel backpack, check out the link in the description at this time. The PAKT Travel Backpack is excellent, okay? This is mine. I've used it a bunch. It's one of my favorite bags for travel because it has tons of organization. It is a carry-on bag. It's comfortable. Some people wish that the straps were thicker. I find that I don't have any problems with it. It has hip straps that come out. Very similar to this, except for this is much larger when it expands out to 65 liters. And this has less organization, though it does have a surprising amount of organization. And anyways, there's some difference between the travel backpack and this. Mainly, you can carry that one on. This one, you're gonna be like feeling a little bit like one of the bad kids trying to get away with smoking in the bathroom. Just like, have you ever done that on these Euro flights when we were traveling out in Europe? It was just like, oh God, I hope this works. You're just like hoping that you like making your bag look as small as possible, make your body look as big as possible. You know what I mean? So back to these straps, what you wanna do is you want to pull this over and then it just kind of hides down in there, okay? Do the same thing on the other side. Not a very, not a hard thing, not a hard maneuver at all. And now you're in, basically, you're in check-in mode. You're like, here's my bag. I do kind of wish there was like almost like a little seal right here so nothing would fall out. But I love that it's so simple and quick to pull this stuff out. And by the way, hip straps as well. You just put this sucker on for you to see. Now the hip straps make, you know, any bag and any load a little bit easier to carry. These guys use a Hypalon loop over here and then some custom PAKT design hardware like a G-hook. Easy to get in. Once it's in, what your goal is to basically be able to like leave the weight off your shoulders so it comes down on your hips. One of the best things about this is over here on this side of the bag that up against you, where the door to the fucking door, like this bag has like doors on it, right? They have metal stays in there that help the bag keep a bit of a rigidity vertically, which is killer when you're traveling because it helps all that weight to come down on those hips. Your hips are sort of where your hips are where the spine starts. Your legs, your body, you can cut your legs off. You can cut your whole legs off. You can still survive if, it's handled well. So if you can get this weight down onto your hips instead of up on the top of your frame, that pulls all the compression off the spine, right? This is right here, the spine. The more verticality you get in your spine in life, the more lift in your spine, the more health. That's just how it works. Because all your internal organs, all your lungs, everything in life is pulling us down into this shape because like, oh, I'm driving on the freeway, oh, I'm working at my desk, oh, I'm shoved into an airline container. It's like a victimization. Your body's being victimized. Open up, break it out. Now, I am a vital person. I am living my life. I'm living my life. And I need to travel because travel's fun. It helps me kind of knock the barnacles off of my prefrontal cortex, if you know what I mean, okay? And I've got my kids there, and I got my wife there. When I can lock into a bag, and then I can lock into straps like this. And by the way, one little weird thing about this, there's a handles on the front of this because you use these as the handle on the bag. Kind of awkward to get this in. Let's see if I can do it. Right, come on. Kind of awkward. You will get used to it. I think you have to put your thumb behind the strap to kind of get a little angle there, and then this thing grabs right on. When I can lock in to a bag, and I could take my family down to like Peru right now, and go find myself a way into an ayahuasca ceremony or something like that, leaving my family out of it. But I can carry everybody's stuff in this bag. What is my kids are free and fancy free and footloose. Is that what the word is? My wife is feeling good. She just has a day bag with all the water bottles or something like that. I've got room for water bottles here. All I'm getting at is like, there's something about this, I'm all about one bag travel and I'm all about carry-on travel. I'm all about minimal travel where it fits under the seat in front of you. But I'm also about simplifying and minimalizing my life and the things I have to do in life. One bag compared to a bunch of others, I'm kind of interested. I'm kind of interested in this. And the comfort on this is, for the size of bag, I haven't seen comfort where I'm strapped in and like this. I mean, maybe on like backpacking and hiking bags, of course. Okay, there is no bag that I have come across that does what this bag does with the straps and the hip straps, the stowability, the expandability, right? The size. God, I wish this was carry-onable, right? I really wish it was. I wish they have another bag. I'll show you here in another video. This is their 35-liter travel duffel, okay? 35-liter, very similar to this, but different. No backpack straps, okay? It's just a shoulder strap and this stuff, which you can kind of, this handles, which I have some words about. So you've got the comfort and the straps. You've got the ability to stow that away. You've got the expandability and massive capacity. Again, I'm gonna open this bag for you in a little bit. All right, I just want you to understand, because some of you are like just dying to buy this bag and you're just trying to be convinced of it, right? Well, I want you to purchase things that you're gonna stick with. Because what we need is people who stick with stuff, and we need products who are worth it, that are the products that keep their promises. This is a very interesting product because I think it keeps a lot of its promises. It does a really, like, this is a potentially something that you could commit to for, I don't know how you travel or how often or whatever, but this is a bag that could work its way into a lot of families' lives or a lot of individuals' lives. So I just want you to think critically on it before you spend the 200-something bucks and buy it. 900D Ottoman weave, not poly nylon something on the bottom here, okay? Really, really robust material down here. This is a 600D nylon canvas, but it comes from 100% recycled material, which I think is really sensational. Also, totally waterproof material, okay? You could just soak this material and the water's not gonna get in. Where the water's gonna get in, like I said before, the zippers. Even though all the zippers are water sealed, you can see that main zipper, and then you have a zipper here on the outside and a zipper here. Same exact pocket on both sides. No internal organization, which I find is satisfactory with a bag like this, because I'm either checking it in, right? Or I'm sneaking it on, in which case, I don't know. I'm trying not to make it look too big, you know? But what I like about these side pockets, you know, here's the thing about check-in travel, right? Check-in travel sucks because you get off the plane, the kids have just been whatever for however long, depending on how long the flight was. Now you gotta go to the baggage carousel, you gotta get your stuff. You know, you gotta sit there and wait for your stuff. The truth is, my daughter's 2 years old right now. We probably won't have to travel with, I don't know, I don't know if we have to travel with a stroller anymore. You might not be a parent, right? So this might not matter to you, but you know, what the fuck does it matter what bag you get? If you don't have kids, what are you doing at home? You should be out traveling. It's so easy to travel without kids. Sorry, pardon for the rant. This is the deal. Water bottle, I always like to have a water bottle that I have accessible. Did you see how that thing just gobbled that up? Just nummy noo-noos. Gobbled up that whole Camelback Chute water bottle. Best water bottle in the world. Click the link below, it's like $11. But it's got a screw on top, it's got a magnet in the top, which I like magnets because, you know, it's a mystery of the universe. The law of attraction. But it's cheap, you can see through it, it's BPA free. I live in this freaking thing. I am always having it with me, so I love to have a place I can throw that. That pocket easily fits it. The same pocket over here, travel documents, knickknacks, doodads, wiffle snarfs. This is where I like to do stuff like get pouches, not Bagworks anymore, Matterful.co/pouches, and go throw a pouch in there, right? Pouch with a bunch of snacks or, you know, like headphones for the kids and like someone's old iPhone with a downloaded video of home movies because we're serious about screen time. Okay, so we got that external access. We got the comfortable straps. We've got the solid materials. Now let's talk about the capacity of this bag. Before I do though, what is the weight of this thing by itself? I know a lot of you are considering and thinking a lot about weight these days because airlines are putting these restrictions on it. The weight of this thing is 3.9 pounds, okay? To me, that's neither heavy nor light. It's like I've seen a lot lighter bags, I've seen a lot heavier bags. For what you're getting in this, for the amount of protection, for the amount of actual features, and like, for instance, comfortable and like the robustness of the straps, having hip straps built in, making it all stowable behind this panel, all that stuff, to me, I'm like, you know, if I'm traveling, like if I get to travel, I personally, I don't want to be thinking about how I'm being nickeled and dimed all the way. I just want to go, listen, this is going to cost me money. I can't be worried about that shit, man. That's what travel is for me. It is and what it can be for any of us is like, hey man, why do we work? Why do we make money? If you can't spend it like when you like to do something important for you, then you have a complicated relationship with money. So save that stuff up. If you're gonna have to check this in, it's like, oh, it's an extra $20 because the bag's too heavy or something. It's like, okay, thank you, Delta. But that's my personal opinion. I know a lot of people, like, they get a lot of juice and energy out of life by just being as frugal as possible. And I know a lot of people have to be as frugal as possible. And I love those Maxinistas. Because if you can get out and travel, but you have to be really smart about where your money is and all that stuff, then like, now it's just an adventure. I love that. Where I am right now, I travel because my life is stress nonstop. And I want to travel to go like choose what stress I get into. And the stress I like to get into is like walking through the streets of Barcelona or something like that, man. Okay, let's open this thing up. Big ol' number 10 zipper, water sealed, huge Hypalon loops, which are great. All of these things have some, all of these zippers, not the side zippers, but this main zipper does have some, first of all, 2 zippers, so you can zip it from the top or the bottom, yada, yada, yada. But it also, you can loop these through each other and you can loop them through this loop for a little bit of protection from the pickety-pocketies. Now, this opens up like an old-timey doctor thing because we have those metal stays. And every time I think about one of those old-timey doctor things, I think about this meme that I know a lot of you have probably seen, where it's someone's like tweeting like, dude, being an old-timey doctor would have been so sick. You just be like, yeah, looks like you've got some ghosts in your blood. You should probably do some cocaine about it. Opens up like an old-timey doctor thing. And you've got, like I said, those metal stays right here, which make this really like, I don't know, it just makes it feel great opening it up. Lots of visibility. You see how, like, it doesn't necessarily stay open, which is like one of the, I wish that, well, like if this was like really Elon Musk's bag, it would be like, and you hear this like, do you know what I mean? Like some hydraulic, like stay or something like that. But as it is, I love that we can see so much. We have great visibility inside the bag. Getting things in and out, so easy. Here's a couple things to note. Zippered access up here. This has got a little sew down the middle. This is a silicone-coated sort of meshy see-through thing, which is really nice. And the zipper on the top, it's wide. It has a lot of space in here. One side is smaller than the other. And the same exact thing is over here on the other side. That's our internal organization here. And the rest of this bag is just capacity. Here I have got the Aer Go Pack. This is my go-to sort of travel, like packable backpack. I'll put a link. I did a video on this. Yes, I make videos of like little affordable bags like this because apparently I have plenty of time on my hands. I'll put a link to the video on this in the description below. The reason why I have that in there is when you have a bag like this, you can easily throw in a packable day bag like that. I have a whole page of packable day bags at matterful.co/packable. I think. I'll put a link in the description below at this time code. Now, this has a lot more capacity than I have filled in right now. I just don't have enough packing cubes with me, right? Here's the PAKT packing cube. When I go traveling, I just bring this. I really am into minimal traveling. I know that sounds weird when I'm touting about this 65-liter bag, but I'm a family traveler, so it's like one of these for each of the people would be excellent, but my wife normally needs more stuff than this. This is PAKT's packing cube. This is my favorite packing cube. It like compresses, it expands, it has a dirty clothes compartment. It's made from great materials, super lightweight. But I show you it because this is a size of like a large packing cube. Like Tom Bihn has some, Eagle Creek has some. This large square thing, I love, okay? Because it's, first of all, it's designed to fit inside this bag. Second of all, it's the same size as some of their camera cubes. They make camera cubes that will fit like 4 of them in this bag. Really interesting for gear hauling your camera gear. This is an interesting bag for that. But I've got one of these. This is like my go-to thing. And then I have another packing cube in here, this little one from Nomatic, which is satisfactory. Again, I like the PAKT. They have a smaller one as well. But these are the only packing cubes I could find real quick to throw some stuff in to show you. I also have my Dopp Kit, the Aer Dopp Kit. I'll put a link to that in the description below. And I'll put also a link to my favorite Dopp Kits on the carry accessories page at matterful.co. But check this sucker out. I mean, there is so much space. Can you get a sense, a feel for the space, the capacity in this thing? This is not expanded. Again, that expansion comes from unzipping here and unzipping here, and then you get even more. You get another 5 liters on each side, or 10 liters on each side, because it goes from 45 to 65. I'm a reader, not a mather. Inside, you have a great, like, gray lining material, makes it very visible. You can see all the stitching is totally finished. The build quality on this thing really is great. The way that I love these zip pulls when they got the bar tack like that and the nylon on there. That's different from the Hypalon stuff where they actually have a little, like a button on this thing so you can unclip it, wrap it around something and clip it up for some security. But you can see how easy it is just to load up, to fit a bunch of crap, to get stuff in there. You can just start grabbing things around your house and throwing it in, and now your house is clean. Another thing about this, great handles, great grab handles on all sides of the bag, okay? I love these PAKT handles. They have a slight contour to them that my thumb just loves. I don't know. And they're nylon webbing wrapped around some padding. But one of the things I want to call out is that, obviously this isn't packed very full, but when it's packed really full, these handles on the side are great. Because if you're, for instance, in you know, stowaway travel mode, and you're just going from the cab right into the, you know, the Delta check-in thing to check this in. I will grab from these side handles because now, I don't know if you know this, but like you have these handles on the front of this guy. Okay? And these handles come up like this. But now I've got this wide thing. What's great about this is if you need to just quickly grab by the hand, you can do it and leave the straps out because you know you're going to be jumping into strap mode. But when I put those away, you're going to use these side things because here's the thing. It's really narrow this way compared to this way. And that means that you can be right up against your body. You can have a huge bag, but right up against your body because it's not a super thick in that direction bag, the way that you're carrying it. This goes a long ways in duffel travel, okay? Because you're gonna feel the heaviness of this when you've packed it out. 45 liters worth of stuff, expanded out to 65 liters worth of stuff, you're gonna be feeling the weight of that carry, okay? So every, as Tesco says, every little helps. Every little helps. Having a handle on the narrow side of the bag is just one of those things that I found, like, when I'm with a bag that doesn't have that, I get a little annoyed. Because I don't like having my arm out here when I'm carrying. This is so unnatural for these, like, deltoid, I think they're the delts, bro. But you can just feel the strain in that. It's not good for my skeleton. It's not good for my joints. I don't like it. It's not sustainable. But if I pull this bag right in close to me, I can navigate the gravity a lot more balanced. So, you know, got that going for me. But the big criticism here, this thing ain't check-inable. What else do I dislike about this bag? I don't know. I mean, the design is great. I think some people are probably gonna have a hard time with the design. I could care less. This thing looks like it's Mission to Mars Elon Musk material, dude. This thing is sensationally, like, it's just so good in use. It's so good in use that it's like the looks start to like be influenced by how you feel about what it's like to use it. And when I first saw it, I was already like, oh, I'm interested in this. Some of their pictures look kind of funky because you've got this almost like this foreskin up here or something like that. You know what I mean? And I like the way that this is all, you know, you got all of these, by the way, all of these little loops all over the bag. So you can attach their accessory straps. I'm not a big accessory strap guy, but if you were like seriously gear hauling, you'd be stoked on this, right? You get this thing, out like this. Throw your yoga mat under there. I don't know. What are you doing? What are you putting under there? Tripods? Who knows? So just know that there's accessory straps all over the bag. You could get real fiddly with it if you want to. So is there anything else that I dislike on this bag before I hit that big criticism? I mean, I think it's a really killer design. I think it's very thoughtfully conceived. Again, another win as far as I'm concerned for PAKT Design. This one more so, I don't know. This is just that interesting, like, car travel for me with this. When we go on road trips, like, done deal. My wife and I can totally, like, put both of our packing cubes inside of here. I grab it in one go while I'm grabbing the kids' bags or something like that. This is gonna make stuff easy for us in car travel. But of course, the criticism is that it is too big to carry on. And I think this is a great travel bag for a lot of people who aren't used to doing minimal stuff, or for couples who are wanting to combine their stuff, or families who are wanting to put all the family in one bag. Sensational. That means though, you're probably gonna be filling up the whole thing. You're probably gonna be checking it in. All right, that adds time to your thing. It adds a little stress to your thing. It adds the potential that the airline actually loses your stuff. This is a huge criticism for me, right? Because what's changed my life is not just one bag travel where you're carrying on, but one bag, like minimal one bag travel, where the bag fits under the seat in front of you. Shout out to my boy Rick Steves. Rick, anytime you're in San Diego, holler at your boy. Let's blow a little smoke on the roof, all right? But the deal is, when you're traveling with a bag under the seat in front of you, you could be the last person on the plane. You can bring zero stress and strain with you as you're waiting for that plane to load. And you're like, wait, I'm boarding group Z? What? That moment sucks like so much. It's just, and it's a long moment. Sitting there waiting, hoping you're gonna be able to get your luggage, like your roller luggage up on top. I don't like it. I don't like it so much that I started messing with the minimal stuff. And dude, being minimal in travel will literally change the way you see yourself, right? And the world around you. So that's my big criticism. And we can't carry this thing on, let alone fit under the seat in front of us. But I got some others to show you. You can carry on this Tortuga duffel, all right? I'll put a link in the description below to this. Another great big duffel, excellent for travel because it's got tons of external access. Big, comfy shoulder strap, like legitimately comfy, but this is all just over the shoulder. I really like the backpack and straps on this. Like, makes a really big difference once we get to the destination, especially if we're going through South America or something like that, where you're just gonna be getting onto weird buses and weird like Jeeps and stuff. The Aer Travel Duffel, I'll put a link to this in the description below. I've got a whole page at Matterful that is like my favorite duffel bags. This one's excellent as well. All these are great materials, pretty solid organization on this one, but really it's just an awesome trunk to carry with you when, like, for instance, you have your day bag on and you're carrying that onto the plane and you're just hoping to get this on the overhead. You know, again, you're fighting with both of these. Then for those if you got a little fashion going on, if you're like actually a stylish person, which I'm, I wish I could be all the time, but I'm not. I'm just not. But I love traveling with this thing. It looks great, but it performs even better because you've got this great organization. Two sides, opens up clamshell. This is the PAKT One Travel Duffel. Really lovely design on this one. I am collaborating with these guys on a travel backpack for them, which is gonna be coming out in the next, 5 years. But it's gonna be a lot sooner than that. So stay tuned. Get on the email list at matterful.co if you wanna get updates on that. Okay, so Travel Duffel, this thing's sensational. I really think of it as a gear hauler backpack, a perfect car travel bag, a perfect, check-in bag when you want to be as mobile as I like to be in travel, because I don't wanna, bring roller bags. Roller bags they're hard. You can't just stuff them into a place. This thing you can just stuff. If this is full of clothing, you can just stuff this into any place on the taxi cab, right? Okay, y'all, that's all from me on this one. I'm gonna be following this up with another bag soon from PAKT, that Travel Duffel, which I showed you. I'm always reviewing stuff here. Subscribe if you like it. I'm also gonna be doing more videos probably in the future where it's like, let's talk about travel, let's talk about life, whatever. You have a lot of choices when you fly the friendly skies of YouTube. And I'm appreciative for you being here. So subscribe if you're interested. And also check out Matterful.co, because I've got lists of the best travel bags, like backpacks for carry-on, duffel bags, but also daily carry bags, business bags, bags that you want to use for being your business bag and your gym bag, men's shirts, jackets. Like, I'm trying to find the best essentials so that we can buy things from companies that are not pieces of crap, right? You know how the business world, like, business is like no bad, but it's really incentivized to find out how to make as much profit as possible, because otherwise it in the same way that your child is incentivized to get as much of the food as possible if they like the food and they're actually hungry, right? Because it sustains them. Profit sustains businesses, right? Profit sustains entrepreneurs and keeps them in it and stuff like this. So I don't have any problem with it. The problem is when companies don't realize the impact that they're making on the planet, on the people who are involved in the supply chain all the way along, their products coming to these consumers, these people out in whatever fancy city or something like that, who have money to spend and want to have a good travel bag because they want to get out to Peru and do ayahuasca, and they want to do so comfortably. And it's like, no bad. Like, what are we, like, what, you're gonna say, like, you guys are lame for wanting to try things in your life and being able to afford to do it, you jerks. This world is a very complicated place, and we need our businesses to be intelligently run, intelligently thoughtful about the design of their supply chain, let alone the materials and the sustainability, the resources that they're using. I think PAKT does a damn good job of this. When I hang out with them, which I've done once or twice, like, I'm like, I could tell that they've got a real mission behind them, but I can also tell that they're a company just like everybody else, right? A lot of young people here at this company. They're designing very interesting. This is such a fascinating design. This is such an innovative design. So they've got some killer chops. And the story on the materials, the 100% recycled stuff, the way that they work with their factories. We've got like ethical product making going on here. And guess what? They're not like in Walmart. That doesn't happen when you go buy your, when you go buy your backpack at Walmart or something like that, or Costco or something. You don't know what you're getting. What I love about going directly to these companies when we buy stuff is that we get to choose who we're keeping in business. And that's it, man. That's it. Let's be intelligent. Let's get educated about what makes good products good and what makes sustainable products sustainable. And and what we can do to make this place inhabitable for as long as humanly possible. This is a spaceship. Earth is a fucking spaceship, you guys. We're literally hurling through space, and have been for billions of years. What? Is that true? Yes, it's true. It's true. Billions of years. And we'll be continuing to do so for billions of years. It's all up to us how much we want to make this place habitable. And I think we want to make it habitable. I think we do. I think it's our responsibility. You know why? Because there's people who can't choose to buy a bag like this. Have you ever been to a slum in India or something like that, man? It'll change your goddamn life. Travel to get to a place like that. See what so many generations of people have just survived in, and then see the life that they have. See, like, the actual life in their eyes. The way that sometimes they'll pity you, right? They'll just be like, oh, look at this sick Western man who's so concerned with status and success that he's completely missing the sustenance and the nourishment right now in the present moment. I have been Chase Wardman Reeves. This last-minute pep talk brought to you by Matterful.co. Get on our email list. Get some free bags. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.